Wine Library TV. I am your host, Gary Vaynerchuk, and this, my friends, is the Thunder Show, aka the internet's most passionate wine program. And as we continue on to our march to 600, we are invading Pinotage, a very fascinating clone put together in 1925, where they married Pinot Noir and Cinsault, a grape that has a lot of tradition in the south of France and the Rhone region, and have created some of the more controversial varieties of all time, the Pinotage, which a lot of people love and a lot of people hate. Oh yeah, go turn them off. People can see like the difference between like the overnight and now. So Pinotage value-driven show today. Economy is getting a little tougher. We're looking for values out there, but we want to continue to expand your palate regardless if the world's exploding outside. And so focusing on 3 wines, 9, 10, 12 bones, good price points. Pinotage is a fascinating varietal. Let's get right into it. Let's start with the Neidenberg 2006 Wine Masters Reserve Pinotage, $9 US. Let's see what's going on here. Bit of a sniffy sniff. Good little color, strawberry-ish red. Pour a little out for a little sniffy sniff. Very grassy on the nose, believe it or not, right off the bat. Little tropical fruit coming through as well. I get bacon fat, which is quite nice. Actually smells like charcuterie. You know, like you go to a Upper East Side restaurant, they give you a lot of different stuff. Little like duck fat and a little bacon and little cauliflower. Just smells like food that way. Get a little copper tone to it as well, which is nice, and some good red fruits. I get a little cherry action. Cherry pie. Real hot cherry pie on the nose as well, which is quite nice. Let's give it a whirl. This is pretty, wow. Call me baffled. This wine is really decent. I'm not trying this. I'm curious what, somebody just getting into wine, not drank a lot of wines in their lives, taste that. I want you to drink it. I'm super curious.
Not bad.
You like it?
Yeah, I could drink that.
It's not bad, right?
No.
Pinotage is funny, guys. The reason I was so baffled and wanted not to try it, Pinotage is very unpopular with a lot of people. They don't like the roasted banana meets copper lead pipe thing going on. You get a lot of banana coppery. A lot of people refer to it as taking a banana, putting a lot of pennies in it, putting it in the microwave for 5 minutes, and then, just a wild scene that you get sometimes. But this was so delicious, and that is the furthest thing that I think about when I think about Pinotage. But the flavor on this Neidenberg comes across very drinkable, very lively, very fragrant, blackberries, fruit. More fruit than I ever expected. This is a very good value play. I'm very surprised right now. Let me give it one more shot. Lots of plum. I get some nice herbaceous play in there. Like oregano. I don't know. Really favorable tasting notes. Very approachable. And this is what makes me scream at people when they buy the same old $10 Cabernet. Whether it's a great value like Bogle, who does a great job, or anything else. Rodney Strong, Kendall Jackson, Sydney. The same old boring crap. Same old boring Shirazes. Yellowtail Reserve and Rosemount and Penfolds. Mix it up. Mix it up with a pause. Because wine exploration is what we're all about here on the Thunder Show. Expanding your palate and listening to yourself and nobody else. Don't listen to me. Just because I love this and you try it and it's horse crap, email me that you want to throw down at 4 o'clock at the flagpole. That's how we roll. You got to trust your own palate. Listen to nobody. I'm doing that right now, and I'm telling you right now, this wine blows my socks off. I'm going 88 plus points. Value City, USA. Drive up, order at the drive-thru, take it home, because this is a winner. Let's move on. That was pretty cool. I want to rewatch that. What did I say? You know, you black out. You just forget, man. Lion Hunt, 2007, Pinotage from South Africa. $10 US, 14.5 alcohol content. What I've always liked about Pinotage is it's different, first and foremost. It's got a different scene going on. It's always very different, and I've loved it with ostrich. That's been my go-to pairing. So if you're looking for a pairing, if you're an exotic foodie and you like ostrich, please order a Pinotage. There's something magical that goes on, especially if you use blackberry reduction sauce on your ostrich. So just saying, little fun fact. 2 to 4 year drinking window on these wines, in my opinion, and opening for about an hour, maybe decant for 2 hours, drink them over 2 days. I'm trying to give more fun facts, Mom. That's what I'm trying to do here. Let's give it a sniffy sniff. Now, this has such a meaty beef jerky meets strawberry jam kind of thing going on. It's quite fascinating. Very gamey on the nose and very fruit-driven. Almost Australia-like, and then with some gaminess. So, smells like a car freshener. Like if you get the 2 little like happy cherries, Mott. You know, like, you know, instead of the pine cone tree, you get the 2 happy cherries. That's what this smells like. Mott, you used to put the Playboy logo in your car when you were rolling hard. Listen to Meatloaf. Let's give this a whirl. It's a little fruit bomby, fakey fake for me right now. Just saying. And it's Kool-Aid. It's good, but it reminds me so much of the $7 to $10 Australian Shirazes that are uninspiring. It's good fruit. It's jammy jam city. It's fresh, since I'm using 1985 words. Rad. But it's very boring and one-dimensional. This is classic textbook. I'm going to give you one flavor. I would never even think this is Pinotage. Really. This feels and tastes like a Cab Shiraz blend. Not showing its true terroir, even though they say this wine captures the terroir. I just disagree. It feels a little over-oaked, uninspiring, and one-dimensional, and very much tastes like a California wine to me. Let me give it one more shot. Good fruit. I mean, it's not horrible, right? It's just boring. And it tastes like, you know, a classic, you know, Gallo, Yellowtail, Kendall Jackson, real production where the sugar levels are a little higher to trick you. I'm going to go 80 points in this wine. It's got delicious factor. I think a lot of people can actually like this wine, but it's not inspiring. And the Neidenberg right next door to it is far more masterful. Remember, it's in Wine Masters. Than the Lion Hunt, which is too bad because I like the Lion Hunt name. And it seems a little tougher. I always want to act a little tougher because I'm not that tough, and so, you know, I could use it. You know what I mean, Mark? Finally, False Boy. 2006 Pinotage. $12 US. And let's see what's going on here. False Boy. Sounds like a new punk band. False Boy. That's Fall Out Boy. That's where I was going with that, I guess. Sniffy sniff. This is interesting. I do get a little oak across, but it's got a little bit more of an interesting nose than the last 2 wines. Little hints of pepper bouncing around. I get heavy dosage of mulberry on the nose, which is exciting for me. It's been really a nuance we've been picking up on a lot of wines, but here it takes the lead act. It's like when a supporting actor makes that jump into superstardom. Kind of like Reese Witherspoon. When she really did Walk the Line, that took her to a next level. This kind of reminds me a little bit of Reese Witherspoon. Let's give this a little bit more of a sniffy sniff. Now let's give it a whirl. This walks the line of a New World and Old World wine extremely well. Very serviceable red wine. Not the most complex. None of them are. Not the most thought-provoking. None of them are. But a solid conversation dinner date. Do you know what I mean? It's not like you're having dinner with the person you most ever wanted to. But boy, this person really engaged and brought it. This wine really brings it. Subtle white pepper coming through. Mulberry, once again, on the attack. On the nose and on the mid-palate. Gorgeous. Good richness, nice velvet body in your mouth. Very pleasant. These Pinotages are showing really well. This was a little bit boring, but man, this has been a little bit of an eye-opener even for me. This is probably the best I've ever had Pinotage in this price point, and it makes me question, one, how good is the '06 vintage? Because these are all '06s, so that's a little homework I need to do. But two, is Pinotage in South Africa starting to find its way in this price point? And if it does, be careful, because it's going to make a footprint in the U.S. market. If they can deliver consistently at $9 and $12, this kind of wine, this is starting to be, this is why I love doing this show. Went in truly believing these wines would struggle. Knowing my palate, knowing what I've tasted from Pinotage under $20 over the last decade, I was very much like, but I want to find value, so you got to scrape the barrels and try to find new things. Plus, it was one of the shows somebody wanted, Pinotage, and I got to be honest with you. There's blackberry, there's a little white pepper. I'm really appreciating this wine. This smells like a smoked hamburger a little bit. It's got a little like a charred beef thing going on. It's pretty darn good. Little old world action. I'm going to score this wine 89 points. I'm going to tell you right now, these two wines are no joke. A very good showing. Big ups to South Africa. Very surprised. Very surprised. The wines showed really well, though not completely traditional Pinotage nuances. Because I didn't even say banana once. Though I have to admit, maybe because I was saying it, or maybe that's what led me to say it, I do taste a little bit of banana peel on the back end of this last False Boy. I'm very impressed with these wines. I'm caught off guard, to be honest with you, by the quality. And I've got to say right here, right now, with Panthro and Ram Man in my hand. So you know I'm not fooling around. Pinotage could be coming on the scene as one of the great values in the world. If I'm going to go out and trade another 15 to 20 wines in the Pinotage $8 to $15 category and get this kind of quality, I'm going to start screaming loud, like Rico, like that loud. The Pinotage is here to stay as a value play. I feel like Don King there. You! Oh, question of the day. Question of the day. Word association. South Africa. You. With a little bit of me, we're changing the wine world.